All right, it's left and then down. You already caught somebody sleeping in the pen. There's already somebody dropped. Okay, just watch for mini surges off the front. There might be some teams that try and see if they can get an early breakaway, especially once we get past the 4-kilometer mark, because they'll want to see if they can break away for the KOM. It's not going to be successful, but just watch.
There's no points for KOMs or first cross line or anything, so.
There's no points for anything except for the finish line, and every position is a point. So if you can get in front of 2 people, you pick up 2 bonus points. The power up that you have right now is for your KOM. There's no other power ups until well after that KOM. When you come back down and you get to the little sprint in the valley, and there's no points for the sprint, you just get a new power up. That's all.
And no power up at the top?
There's no power up until that sprint. There's 2 power ups per lap. Yeah, it bypasses all of the banners except for that one sprint banner out in the field. Hey, obviously it's still early. Still have good showing up in the main pack. 73 riders in that main pack. How are you feeling, Dustin?
The legs are spinning.
That's a good sign.
I like this relaxed pace that they would play race.
The relaxed pace here makes me a little bit nervous for when we get to the KOM.
Someone will go for sure. Is the first climb shorter or longer?
First is long.
Longer first.
Longer? Okay.
It's the one where you get to the top and then you make a left-hand turn and you got more of a climb.
But not up to the castle, just that weird left.
Yeah, you never get to that banner.
Yeah.
Okay, so a Rocks rider is up at the front. That's Toby and Platt. And on third wheel is Robert Dittmar, another Rocks rider. We do have Pike and Frank right there as well. And everybody else is coming. One kilometer to the KOM. It's the false flat that starts, though. It's not until you get to the wooden bridge that it really starts. This is the right-hand turn.
What, at 8K?
6.2 or something.
The climb starts at 5.2, goes to about 8.1. There is a flat spot or two in there as well, but yeah, this is the long one.
Okay.
Okay, starts with the false flat. This is where you might see an early surge. It levels off again for a short period after this left-hand turn. And then we go to the wooden bridge and we'll start going up. And there is one guy trying to pull ahead. On every corner, do a little bit of a dig. I think there's a glitch in the game. If you do a small little dig, you just kind of glide right through everybody.
Especially on the bridge.
Give a little dig. On this left-hand turn, it's really pronounced. You'll just sail right through everybody. Not as much on this right-hand turn, but there's another big left coming up. If you have the feather, you'll want to use it in around here. If you don't use it here, you do have an opportunity later to use it. Okay, we're at the top. There's small little rollers here. Okay, don't pay attention to the mini map here because it's actually showing you the elevation for the first left-hand turn. We're taking the second one. It'll scrub that elevation on the mini map. And now you're into the proper grade. Left-hand turn. This is where the gaps are going to form. And this is where there's going to be some splits. If you're in the back, you need to get to the front. Hold some wheels. It kind of flattens out a little bit, but this is a slog section right through here. On the mini map, you'll be taking the first right-hand turn, so you only have about 30 seconds left of elevation. Good job, Frank. Stay on those wheels. Some rollers in here, and then we start going downhill. That's it, Elliot. Work yourself through. Great positioning, Pike and Dustin. There's actually 3 of you guys in there. Might be 4. Looks like he closed the gap on Frank, who was up at the front. Okay, next climb is at 15.7. You have about, you still have a solid 6.5 kilometers to go. There's a couple of little bumps like this one, and we are going downhill and heading towards that sprint. We do go through the village, but we don't get to the village sprint. It's the one out in the valley. If you're in that front group, the very, very front of it is trying to break out loose. I've got 3 at the very front, and and the back is closing the gap. So we should be safe. I'm just trying to find everybody right now because I see somebody that's out in no man's land, and I'm not sure that it's one of us.
I see at least 4 of us up front.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the 5th and the 6th one.
I have
I
5
got
up front.
Charles. Yeah, there's Charles. There's Vince, Frank, Dustin, Pike, and Elliot is there too. We have all 6 up there, so I don't know who that is that got lost in the back, but it's not one of us. Six. Yeah, I can see 6 jersey. Good. Hey, little descent here.
Uh-oh, all the bikes keep disappearing.
Hopefully that's not your internet.
It shouldn't be. Actually, more weirdly, I still see all the bikes. I don't see the people.
So make sure you make it to the finish line. Three and a half kilometers to the KOM. We'll go through the village. We'll go down again. We'll go through that sprint segment, pick up a new power up.
The next
top.
climb is shorter, right?
Yes, it's only the first half. Instead of making that left-hand turn at the top, you just keep going straight, and it's a descent down to the lap line.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, so don't get bridged on the flat.
You're likely to get a display that says Village Sprint, and just ignore it because we don't actually make that turn, so you're not going to go there. Okay, we're descending until we get into that little sprint segment that I was telling you about. No points in the sprint segment, but watch out, not everybody might know that.
Somebody sang it in the chat.
Yeah, actually, I saw that.
Right.
Somebody's still going to try and get 8 seconds through this sprint. I just know it.
There you
Two OTR guys.
Okay, you're in it now. And there goes somebody. It's only one rider. I'm sure we'll close the gap on him. Kilometer and a half, and we'll be back into that false flat section.
Is another flyer?
Yeah, there's 3 of them actually. The one way up has not given up, and there's 2 of them going. Frank is on their wheel.
go.
Okay, so there's just one up. Everybody else has been reeled in. It's just that one from that sprint segment is still up there.
What's the next power up?
Not until the lap banner. So the power up that you have now, you can use it on the KOM. You can use it on the climb. If you have the draft or you have the arrow, use it at your discretion. I'll call out a spot for the feather. It's the big swooping left-hand corner. You want to use it there. Probably even just before that, after the right-hand corner, because you guys are going faster than the other group.
It's gone out of now. He's 13 seconds up.
Yeah, I know. He's not easing up at all.
Still a lot of
Personally, I think
racing left.
personally, I think it's just way too soon.
Put it this way: if he holds 4.2, 4.3 the whole way home, little flag needs to be raised.
They better. Okay, little 2% here, flattens out, and then we hit the bridge. Remember that bridge, you can sail through the group, but it requires a little dig. Okay, this left-hand corner here is more pronounced. If you need to close some gaps in the back, dig in on this corner. If you have the feather, you'll want to drop it. Dig in on this right, and you got one more left-hand corner that'll help shoot you through the group. and then you're flat. Watch the little rollers, bridge any gaps, move up because we've got some descending coming up. I think we've just about reeled in that guy that got ahead of us.
Yeah.
Frank, I think after this descent, I need you to make sure you stay in with your nose out of the wind.
Yeah.
You're putting in a monster effort, but that could translate into some danger wattage.
That's what I've been. I got that.
Okay, so watch the descents, especially if you're on the lighter side. If you still have a power up, you may want to use it here before you go through this banner. Here's a new power up coming.
And this is the finish one?
You'll get one more, but this power up that you get will be for the first KOM, which is the big one.
Yeah. But that's the finishing line right there, right?
I'm sorry you cut out there.
That was the finish line. Yes.
Finish line, okay.
Yeah. That will be the finish line lap banner that you just went through. Yes.
Perfect.
Next climb is in less than 5K. Okay. Vince, is everything okay with your setup?
Seems to be.
I saw your wattage go as low as 0.9 and then all the way up to 4.5.
Oh, I tightened my shoes.
Okay. Okay, I caught you at that time.
That was like 20 seconds ago.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there any benefit to the draft truck on the climb anywhere?
There is, but because it lasts for so long, it's really, really tough. For me, I would use it after you get to the first little part and it flattens out, and then it'll be gone before you make the left-hand turn going up the hill. If you save it for a little bit longer, where I call out, there's about 30 seconds left of climbing, you could use it there as well. The feather one is a another one that's of interest. You could use it in the first half or you could save it for the second half. So I'm not going to call out where to use the feather on this climb. I'll just remind you of the left-hand turns, and then I will remind you of when we're about 30 seconds before the end of the final climb.
Such a weird race.
Yeah, it's definitely harder when it's in the hills. You can tell that's where people are trying to drop others.
Well, it's like in between. It's like pace partner.
Remember last year, is it Temples and Towers where you start in Neokyo, go up
Yeah.
and do Temple KOM and back to Neokyo? I did that as an A, and I got my 5-minute power on rooftop KOM, which took 2 minutes 45 seconds, and then the rest was just my chasing down the hill.
Okay, watch out. There's a guy trying to move ahead. Again, I still think it's a little too early. After this long climb, then we got to start really watching out. But there's 2 of them up there now. There goes a third. These guys are holding 5 and better for watts per kilogram, and they are 5 seconds ahead of you guys. It's a dirt and an alpha. They do have the disc wheels, so they might slow down a little bit on the hill. And we should be able to close them.
Now we got him.
Falls flat through here. A little bit of a peak. Okay, there's 3 up there, and now there's a 4th trying. That might actually be one of us.
Frank.
It is. You have to push through this 2%, Frank. Climbing starts on the bridge. Dig a little on the bridge, sail through your group, or connect in the case of Frank. Frank is connected. Little dig on the left. Okay, Pike has gotten in there. A couple of others have gotten in there. Dig a little bit, Frank. Dig a little bit. More or less flat for a little while, Frank, and then we got to go back up. Not this left, but the next left-hand turn, we start climbing again. One kilometer. You're through the steepest part, and we're getting close to that 30-second mark. If you have a power up, use it now. You're 30 seconds away from that right-hand turn. Front group is spread out. Have a little over 7 kilometers before we have the final climb. Watch a couple of the rollers through this section.
Ah!
The front group is still strung out, but slowly closing. It looks like the front group has been able to bunch up again. Front group is still over half the actual pack. Charles, Dustin, Vince, and Frank for sure are in there. Pike, I believe, is there as well.
Yeah, I got dropped.
All right. Sorry, man. Okay, Pike. That means you and Elliot are together, correct?
Yeah. I'm in low.
Okay, I'll find Elliot here in a second. Elliot is just behind you, Pike, but he doesn't really have anybody helping him.
He's 13 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't have anybody helping him. You're going to end up pulling away. So Frank, Vince, Dustin, and Charles, you are in the lead group. You have one more climb coming. It happens about 34K. You will have to watch for people trying to break free early. A little bit of a descent here, Charles. See if the heart rate comes down.
Whew. Yeah, barely made that group. Whew.
Another small little descent. I'm seeing everybody's heart rates are starting to come down. Okay, you guys know who your nemesises are. You start picking a rider, and that's the one that you're going to get in front of. Still 3 kilometers to the start of the false flat for the final climb.
Has anyone been able to gap on the climb and actually hold it to the end, or did it just make the selection?
The lighter people, but they usually get caught on the descent. So I think that if you are on the heavier side and you're able to pull away and hold on, then you can sprint down the descent and still hold it.
Got it. Strategy. Just stay with the front then.
Yeah, I think so, because you need to have that sprint. You need to have that final push. Like I said, the light riders that I've watched try to do it have all got caught on the descent.
Save the power up for the sprint.
That's going to have to be your choice and your call. I would suggest if you're starting to slip back that you need to use your power up on the climb. If you're holding where you want to hold, then save the power up for sure for that descent and final sprint. If it's a feather, use it on the climb.
Yeah.
Okay, no points going through this this sprint segment. It's just an opportunity to get another power up. So if you don't like the power up you have, use it. Nobody should actually have a power up.
We're coming back to the lead group.
The lead group has eased off quite a bit.
They're only 8 seconds
That's
ahead of us.
that's awesome. See if you can close the gap. You'll end up picking up more points. Large lead group though, like I said, 75%. There's over 40 people in that large group, and there's only one climb left. Here's your turn.
Some power numbers going up.
There's a few numbers going up. They're trying to keep them under the orange. They're just feathering themselves. You can see it coming through the pack. Force yourself to stay in the front third. Even the top 10, because it will start to string out here on this false flat. Okay, little kick to 4, small little drop, and then that false flat into the wooden bridge. There's a few riders positioning themselves for an attack. There goes 1, 2, If you need to move up in the pack, remember to dig on this bridge. You'll sail up to the front. Every left-hand turn will do it as well. Little dig on this left. If you have a feather, use it. Dig on this left-hand corner. You're almost to the flat. Bridge any gaps. Bridge any gaps. We're into the sprint territory now. That's it, Charles. Get in there. You do have this little bit of a climb here, but it ends as soon as you get past these turns. We're going straight through. A descent is coming. Last kilometer is all downhill. Everybody's going to be ramping up now for this descent. You gotta push, less than a minute. They're coming for you, Frank. Push it, push it, push it. You got 15 seconds. Hard, 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 hard. Top 10 for Frank. Push, 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 push. Don't leave it out there. Come on, Elliot. Every point matters. Catch this guy. You're less than a minute, Elliot. That's it. This guy's going to try and jump on your wheel. Get past him, Elliot. Throw him. Okay, ramp it up, Elliot. "20 seconds. You got this, Elliot. Get his wheel, get his wheel, get his wheel, get his wheel. Go, 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 go. Dig, 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 dig. Push, 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 push. 5 seconds. Come on, come on. Hard, 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 hard. You're through. Nice job. Spin those legs, Elliot. Don't let them sit there.